Imoti destroyed our opponent. Hello, my friends, it's Johnaroth, and today I am fulfilling another request of one of my amazing viewers. This is a request by Lichamax5127, and Lichamax asked if I could look into building an updated Imoti build. And this was what I wanted to kind of follow up for on this deck. So today we're playing with Imoti, Celebrant of Bounty. Imoti is a 3 colorless, 1 green, 1 blue for a 3/1, very weak stats. However, Imoti has Cascade. And basically when you cast Imoti, you exile cards off the top of your library until you exile a non-land card that costs less than Emoti's cost, and you cast that spell for free. Also, when you have Imoti on the battlefield, spells you cast with a mana value of 6 or greater have Cascade as well. So basically the goal is to cast Imoti, and as soon as you cast Imoti, you get a free spell out of your deck that costs less than Imoti, put onto the battlefield, cast for free. And then whenever you cast any spell of 6 or greater, you're going to get an additional Cascade effect. So this is a very, very strong commander. I do want to also know, a lot of times when I see people play Imoti decks, they play a combo version of this with a card called Monstrous Vortex, where basically they cast Imoti, it gets Monstrous Vortex onto the battlefield, and then they get all of these huge creatures onto the battlefield. I will put a copy of that card up on the screen so you can see it. I'm not playing that type of build. I wanted to actually showcase the power of Imoti in 2025 as just a commander and show some of the things you could do with it, but that is another way you could go with this card. So what do we have in this? Basically, we have a lot of ramp cards in here for the most part in our 3, 1, 2, and 3 drops. We're trying to get a bunch of mana onto the battlefield, as well as keeping in mind that Imoti, when we cast it, we'll get probably one of these cards, so that will get us more land, more mana onto the battlefield. You will notice there's no counter spells or any of the typical blue cards in this deck like that. The reason why I don't have those in this deck is because with Imoti on the battlefield, if you cast Imoti and then you Cascade, it's gonna typically get you a counter spell and try to cast it, which will not work. So there is a lot of effect there. The other thing I do want to point out is the huge amount of cards that we have that cost 6 mana or more. Basically, all of these huge creatures that we're going to want to cast with Imoti onto the battlefield. We have the most ridiculous types of cards like Ulamog, a 10/10, Armorcool, a 13/13, Galta, 12/12, the Great Henge, Cityscape Leveler that can exile. Just a huge variety of effects that'll either get huge creatures onto the battlefield, powerful artifacts, or additional turns to take. So let us take Imoti, Celebrant of Bounty, into the queue and see if we can cascade our way to victory. Let's go! Okay, our very first game is against Derevi, Empirical Tactician. This hand is okay. It's not bad. I like the Ancient Tomb. Utopia Sprawl does nothing for us right now, though, unfortunately. I'm gonna mulligan. This hand is also kind of slow, but we do get to go first, and I don't want to mulligan again, so we'll go ahead and keep this. We do have the Ice Till Explorer, which could help. Let's go ahead and get a Hedge Maze. Gonna surveil. Silvala. We're just gonna surveil that away for now. Derevi is a commander that's kind of interesting because, okay, I'm going to put down a land and get out a Signet. Basically, once you kill or counter him once, your opponent can just get Derevi back for 4 mana every single time, which is pretty broken. I'm going to go ahead, put down a land. Let's go ahead and get out our Ice Till Explorer so we can start getting some more lands onto the battlefield. Go for a breeding pool. Opponent's going to exile our Ice Till. Let's go for a island as a card. We do have a lot of mana up, which is great. Okay, opponent's going to untap a land. Perfectly fine. Let's go ahead and get down the Tireless Provisioner, hopefully. Put down a land. Oh, I meant to click treasure, but that's okay. Let's get out a Hedron Archive here. Pass the turn. Opponent has an Ouroboros, which is very powerful. We'll pass the turn. Opponent's going to hit us for 3. Let's go ahead and just get our food life here. Now he does have up counterspell mana. I'm probably going to cast our commander because we can still get the effect we want. We'll still get the cascade effect. Let's go ahead and cast Imoti. We're going to cascade here. Get the 1 ring. Oh, we get that onto the battlefield. Let's go ahead then and cast our Fierce Empath as well. We're going to get a card of mana value 6 into our hand. So it's going to cycle. Yeah, let's get a card. What would be a good card to get? Crater Hoof could be good. Kogla could be good. This is tough. Emrakul. I'm going to go ahead and go for Kogla this go around from a fight perspective. Now let's use the 1 ring. Get another card. No attacks. Opponent's going to get a Sword of Light and Shadow. It's going to make that Ouroboros really strong. Opponent is tapped out here. So let's go ahead and get out the Hullbreaker. Let's get out Kiora as well. Draw another card. Let's go ahead and get another land onto the battlefield. We'll get a treasure. Let's go ahead and cast Planar Genesis. I'm going to return the Ouroboros to our opponent's hand. Allosaurus Shepherd is pretty good here. Let's go ahead and get out the Allosaurus Shepherd and bounce Derevi. And that is enough to win our very first game against a very strong commander. Good game. Imoti getting the Cascade effect and then getting some really powerful creatures like Hullbreaker just sealed the deal. Good game. Okay, our next game is against Heliod. I haven't fought Heliod in a long time. Life gain deck. This hand is a little slow. We can't really do much turn 1. This hand is also slow, but it's a little bit better. I'm going to go ahead and keep this. We're going to try it. We have so many expensive cards in our hand, though. We really can't do anything till turn 4. The only thing that makes this hand even slightly playable is the Chrome Mox. So Heliod's an enchantment, 5/5 indestructible. As long as you're a devotion away is less than 5, he isn't a creature. Whenever you gain life, you can put +1/+1 counters on creatures, and you can also give creatures life gain. I'm going to crack the Wooded Foothills here and go for the Hedge Maze. Okay, land is good. We need land, so I'll go ahead and keep this. I'm not going to put down the Chrome Mox because there's no point in doing so right now. Okay, let's go ahead and put down a forest past the turn. Hopefully our opponent cast... He could... Okay, he's keeping his mana back quite a bit. So he may have like a mana tithe or something like that. But I do think it's worth trying to get it out if so. We'll get a Chrome Mox out. Put a Coma underneath it. And I'm going to go ahead and try to cast Guardian Project because I would rather lose that than Nalia here. He didn't do anything. I figured he'd have a reprieve. Okay, so he has Felio. Perfectly fine. Opponent's going to Fragment Reality, and we will get Selvala onto the battlefield. I actually think that was a good trade, quite honestly. Now, he can flicker our Chrome Mox to make it lose its ability. It's actually a pretty decent move for our opponent here. Opponent's going to Swords to Plowshares our Selvala. Get out a Steadfast Queen. That's actually a pretty good card to have like this. I'm going to go ahead and put the Nalia underneath it. Put down a land here. Let's go for our commander and hope our commander can save us. Birds of Paradise is not a great choice for this, but we'll try it. If he gets out, if he gets out Heliod, he can actually pump up his 2 guys here. I would have brought out the Hinterland Sanctifier first, but okay. Is he going to choose that again? He is. So he's going to get to put another +1/+1 on something. Let's see here. I'm going to block Linden here. Kill it off, which gets rid of the Heliod. I'm going to continue to... Let's put the Vorinclex underneath. I need that mana, so I'm gonna continue to use that. All right, this is where I'm hoping we can turn the tide. Let's cast Kogla here, and let's hit Felia. So no more flicker effect. The Distinguished Conjure, which will gain another life. Just gonna put a +1/+1 there. Righteous Valkyrie, which will gain another 2 life, so that's pretty good. Opponent's at 30. What do we do now? Are any of these enchantments? No. Let's go ahead and get out our one ring. We're going to definitely need to protect ourselves here. And I'm just going to go ahead and draw another card. Did get a forest. Let's go ahead and get out a Lotus Cobra. And I'm going to swing in for an attack here. We can't destroy Heliod because he's indestructible. The good news about hitting our opponent is it takes away from the effect of the Righteous Valkyrie, which can get... Oh my gosh, Sigarda's Splendor. Wow. Okay. We need to have a good turn here. Let's go ahead and draw some cards with the One Ring. Crater Hoof Behemoth. I don't think we're quite there yet to do that. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get out Lumra here so we can get some more lands onto the battlefield, hopefully. We'll get some blue mana and some green mana here. Let's go ahead and cast Uro as well. And there's really no point in attacking right now because he has an indestructible enchantment on the battlefield. Luckily, Lumra has reach, so he can't really attack with the Righteous Valkyrie. Voice of the Blessed as well. He's going to gain some more life. Really pumping up the Righteous Valkyrie here. He's up to 30. It's a very strong Valkyrie. Opponent's going to attack and gain a ton of life here. Do we take 8? I think we do. Okay, our opponent really pumps up his force because of the Valkyrie's ability. This needs to be a good turn for us here. Our opponent has... What would win us the game? River's Rebuke would definitely win us the game. All right, first let's draw with the One Ring. Okay. Let's put down a land here. Get some more mana. Let's draw a bunch of cards. Perfect. We're going to cast Time Warp on us. I think we have the game now at this point. So let's go ahead and get out a Frenzied Baloth here. And then, yeah, we've completely got this game. We're going to put out a ton of creatures, and then we're going to get an additional turn. So then we're going to cast Crater Hoof Behemoth and hit him for 100 and some damage. So really good game. Okay, our next game is against Brea, Ethereum Shaper. So Brea is an old school commander, very powerful. Basically, it's a 4/4 for 4 mana, and it creates 2 Thopters, and it deals... I'm going to go ahead and drop down the... Castle Garenbrig. You can sacrifice 2 artifacts to deal 3 damage, or give a creature -4/-4, or you gain 5 life. It's a very strong artifact deck. Opponent's going to go for a search for Azcanta. We're going to go ahead and put down a breeding pool here, and let's get out the Signet. I may put down a Strip Mine on our turn, simply so that we can get rid of one of his lands. I don't want him being able to cast Brea anytime soon. I'm actually going to go for that right now. Let's go ahead and Strip Mine his Rafine's Tower. And now let's go ahead and cast Selvala. He may still be able to cast his commander, unfortunately, because of the Chrome Mox, or maybe not. I think our opponent forgot he has to give up a card, and then he also is still going to need another land. So that was a really good game. What we would have done on our turn is put down a land and go for Imoti if Selvala's on the battlefield. And if he somehow got rid of Selvala, then we would cast Jace and be able to draw more cards. So we've got a really good setup here. Strip Mine is still quite a magic card. This deck is not a landfall deck or focused on that, but it can also just be used in a pinch to get rid of your opponent's greatest mana source. Quite honestly, Strip Mine is a very powerful magic card in this format. Good game. You get to go first against Ugin. This hand is a little slow, but the Tireless Provisioner is going to help with the treasure aspect, which is important. I'm going to go ahead and try this. Put down a Snow Forest. Ugin is a Planeswalker. This is a pure artifact deck where if Ugin gets out, he can exile stuff, and whenever you cast an artifact, you can exile more stuff. Wow, he's already got a Labyrinth out, which is going to help with his mana. Okay, let's put down a command tower. Let's tap this for green mana and cast Utopia Sprawl on our forest. We're going to say blue mana, and then let's get out a Fanatic of Ronus. We might be able to cast Imoti on our very next turn, which is pretty awesome. Opponent has a Worn Power Stone, so he's already got a ton of mana. Let's go ahead and put down a land, and let's cast our commander, Imoti, cascading into a Llanowar Elf. Opponent has a Celestis. Opponent's going to use the Celestis ability to draw a card and discard a card. Let's put down a... Do we have enough mana for Titan of Industry? I think we do. Let's put down a land here. Let's cast Titan of Industry. We're going to get a Cascade from Emoti's ability. We're going to get to take an additional turn. We're going to target our opponent and bounce the effect. And we're going to get to Cascade again. We didn't hit anything, but that's okay. We're going to get a Titan of Industry out. I'm going to destroy the Power Stone and create a Rhinoceros. And that is enough to completely shut down Ugin. Imoti destroyed our opponent with the effect of Cascade, gives us an additional turn. We're probably just going to, on our next turn that we're going to take in a row, we're going to cast Surak and give everything trample and haste, and we're just going to swing in and kill our opponent off. So that was a really good game, just highlighting the power of Imoti against a super powerful Planeswalker deck. Good game. Thank you, my friends, for watching another one of my videos. This one featuring Imoti, Celebrant of Bounty. And I did want to thank again my awesome viewer, Lichamax5127, for the recommendation. I had a lot of fun playing this commander. Emoti's still pretty powerful. Imoti has been out for a little while, but still a very strong card. I would put Imoti at probably about a mid-B power level, and you will get paired against a variety of different decks. I fought everything from Ugin down to, Heliod, as you saw in the games, and some other types of commanders. So there was a variety there. I did have a really solid win rate with this deck as well. And I did want to say the deck list is in the description below. Please don't forget to like. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to leave a comment down below talking about Imoti or another commander you'd like me to look into building, or why you feel like hot dogs should be after dinner. I don't really care, as long as I talk to you, part of the Magic community. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.